Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1. Antony getting a goal on his debut. Saka getting a goal back for Arsenal, and then Marcus Rashford bagging 2 more to finally seal the points. Coming into this game, a lot of praise for Arsenal. There was nerves amongst some of the United fans. You know, how are we going to do against this test? And we've certainly lived up to that test and gone and beat top of the league and one of the most informed teams in the league as well. How are we feeling, lads? So there, welcome to the show. Talk to me.
We.
What do you say? Say that again.
I need a wee. I was so tensed up during the game. Like, I need to pee. Like, it's crazy. Like, first of all, it's a relief, like a big relief. And I will say this: I'm not gonna banter any Arsenal fans after this. Like, those guys can play. I'm not gonna banter them. They played football, man. Like, they were the better team for most parts of the game. Even when we scored, they always looked a threat. Like, I didn't relax until it was like 93 minutes. I knew it was like, okay, that's cool. Obviously, I'm so happy Anthony got the goal because, you know, he's, as you guys know, like I was like, just pay whatever you want for you know, for Anthony. Yeah, just pay it, like let him come in. And yeah, it was Arsenal, man. Those guys. But yeah, it's a.
Would you say you're shocked at all?
Shocked with what, their performance?
No, just how we performed, because I thought they played all right. I thought attacking wise, he was linking up play really well, pulling pieces out, being really creative to get in behind. But just the way we was resilient, because that's been a heavy criticism of United. How we played a lot.
Absolutely, I wouldn't say I was shocked, but I was very impressed. I didn't think they would score more than 1 goal, because our defense is on point. I was more shocked with the confidence that Arsenal had. That's what shocked me. Like, they were really, even when they went 1 goal down, you could tell it was coming. So that's what actually shocked me. It was how confident they were, how tenacious they were. But I'm so happy for Erik ten Hag. Like, he's taken the scalp of Jurgen Klopp and he's taken the scalp of Mikel Arteta. And we've got 6 points against teams that we probably would be competing with if we were supposed to, you know, if we make it into the top 4. We've taken 6 points off them. These are the kind of games that, you know, add that extra bit of belief in the team. So I'm super happy.
Yeah. Likewise, mate. I'm absolutely buzzing with that. My throat is killing because I was just screaming when we get them 2 goals. Sam will bring you in on this as well. Like we was discussing before we kind of went live, when it was 1-1, it was like, this is a bit edgy. Even when it was 2-1, it was like they're creating a lot of chances to getting in, bit like on the wings especially, there was a lot of space. But then them 2 goals that Rashford scored, it was just like, relief, absolute relief. Talk to me, give me your views on the game just overall.
Yeah, shout out to Man United for not giving up at all. Like, we just didn't seem to give up. Like, even when we were under the cosh, I thought Malacia was under a lot of pressure at points by Saka. I think he put him under tremendous pressure. Thought Dallo at points as well was getting put under serious pressure. And like you said, the width, we were just getting full-backs were just getting pulled apart. So it was quite worrying. But in reality, there wasn't all that many massive chances from Arsenal. Like, they got in, but there was a couple of sort of things. But there's nothing like, oh my God, under the cosh, like completely panic stations. We still looked quite solid as a defence. But yeah, I said in the group chat, like when I was watching the game, I was like, there's a counter-attack here. They're coming forward in numbers and they're getting all their attacking players on the ball. There's a counter-attack opportunity. We get 2, 3, 4 if we want it. It's right there. And it's literally what we did. Let them pile forward, let them put the pressure, bang, ball over the top. Can we just talk about that Eriksen pass, by the way?
We're gonna get into Christian Eriksen.
Right.
We're gonna talk about Christian Eriksen. I want to start off with the defence and then we'll move forward into the finger. Sticking with the back 5.
Yeah, so I think they're under cosh for quite like a lot of players. Like Saka was sort of making Malacia's life a bit difficult. And I think towards the end, the last sort of 15, 20 minutes, I think the defence sort of showed up and was just like, right, we're keeping these guys out. They're not getting in. And then they looked like Malacia is just on point all the time, aggressive, always looking, always scanning, always on it, never stops, like just constantly going. He's impressed me so much, Malacia. I think he's very, very impressive. Dallo again, very good. Varane and Martinez, fantastic as always. A little bit worrying that Martinez came off with hopefully it's just cramp. I'm hoping it's just a precaution. It's just cramp because that's a little bit worrying, but hopefully it'll be all right. But yeah, defense was solid.
Yeah.
David made 2 saves that I can remember.
A couple of good saves, to be fair. There was one at the near post, I think, in the first half that was like, whoa,
and then there was
fucking hell.
There was the hand, wasn't there, that went out. So
yeah,
I think nothing too. I was panicking that they might score, but there wasn't any opportunities where I was like, oh my god, we've got away with that there. But
yeah,
it was good. It was good performance.
I just thought in that final third, with especially when Ødegaard was on, Martinelli and Saka, they was creating so much. Jesus started dropping at times, which was causing a bit of panic. And when he was running at players, they've just got so much quality individually, and they knit play together well. So they dealt with a lot of threats. But I thought Survey on the wing backs especially, Malacia had a tough night against Saka, and Dallo had a bit of a tough night against Martinelli. I feel like that was the areas where he was hurting us. Would you agree with that assessment?
Absolutely. I was chatting to one of my friends, and I said Malacia is receiving a baptism here. Yeah. That was a baptism. Now he knows what But credit to him though, he didn't. His shoulders didn't drop. He kept fighting on. He never gave up. No matter how many times Saka skinned him, he still came back. And there were times when he had the upper hand. But yeah, it was. I think I was more impressed with the way the low handled the right hand side than how Malacia handled the left. Because there were times when there were like 2 or 3 people on Malacia, and he was kind of caught in between, the passes and all that. But we held on. Credit to them. I mean, if this was last season, and if it was Luke Shaw, like he
would have crumbled. He crumbled.
Yeah, he would have crumbled under the pressure. But so credit to both boys. And Dalot as well. Like you could tell, like even. He never gave up. He has this passion, this burning passion. He kept bombing forward. So yeah, I mean, this would only do massive improvement for their confidence. Like going, I mean, we've just handled the most informed team at the moment.
Top of the league
in the Premier League. This is a tough test. This is the biggest test that we would face at the moment now.
Yeah.
And we've come through. Yeah, it wasn't flying colours. But we passed the test.
Yeah, and me and Shreyas actually said in the watch along, a result like this, Man United winning 3-1 against one of the most informed teams in the league, will send shockwaves through the Prem. And they're like, right, this ain't going to be as when teams play United now, they're like, wow, they beat Liverpool, they beat Arsenal, they're in flying form at the minute. They've got 2 absolute rocks as centre backs. The wing backs are dangerous. It's threats from everywhere now. It's developing nicely.
Even when we were playing awful, like against the 1-0 wins, we weren't playing great, but we got results and we're grinding results out. And that's the sign of a good team. Like if you could play shit and still get a result, it is what it is, isn't it? Really. So you can't really sort of shame a team saying, "Oh, you didn't get the results," because we've got the results.
And on Dallo as well, I also said in the watch along, I remember very clearly last season, one game when we played Villarreal in the Champions League, and Danjuma absolutely wrote him off.
He looked awful.
And to see him to get to this point now, the development sort of process, where he's faced a bit of, like 1v1, he's struggling a tiny bit, he develops his game, comes out the second half and performs really well. I thought that was great from both wing backs. The mentality was the main thing for me. That I just thought, they're switched on and they're up for it. I love it.
Can I add one more thing about that, just very quickly? I think also what I've noticed as well this season is the levels of concentration does not drop. This is the problem that Luke Shaw always has, his concentration. When he loses confidence, he's like he goes into bits. He, like you said, he crumbles. And I think we were able to just keep that level of concentration going.
Yeah.
And that's what helped us just maintain that pressure. Because even when we scored, Arsenal never gave up. They never let off. They were, So yeah, I mean, I was really, really impressed with how we're able to just stay focused.
Absolutely. And to everyone watching, get your comments in the comments section. Let me know what you thought of the game. Who was your man of the match? Who stood out? And yeah, just your overall feeling. How you feeling? Because I am absolutely buzzing with that win. Massive, massive win over Arsenal. And I'm sure the lads alongside me are feeling equal. I want to move it into the midfield, lads. McTominay starting again raised a few eyebrows. A lot of people thought Casemiro was going to start. I thought he had a great game, honestly. I thought he did really well. Like, he's actually surprising me how well he's playing, because I looked at that performance against Brighton and I thought there's no coming back from that. Not a chance. That was one of the worst midfield performances I ever saw. But he's come on leaps and bounds. And you can see why Ten Hag's picking him. Talk to me about the midfield survey and what you thought.
You guys, but I've been telling you about McTominay since, like, under Ten Hag. He's improving. You can tell this manager is actually instilling something in Scott McTominay. Yes, he does lose his head a bit sometimes. Gives away fouls, unnecessary fouls. There was a push, the ball was going out, and then he pushed Martinelli, and I was like, that was unnecessary, because you give away stupid fouls like that, you get punished for that. But on the positives, I mean, he was biting at the heels. And one thing I like about McTominay is that now he gets the ball, he's not dilly-dallying. He gets it 2 seconds, he's giving it off.
Breaking the lines as well at times.
Yeah.
I was saying to Trace, I was like, what the fuck?
As soon as he gets it, it's almost as if he's learning from Casemiro, because that's what Casemiro did at Real Madrid. He never held on to the ball, gets the ball, lays it off immediately, and he's making the right decisions as well. So I'm so impressed with how he's coming along under the new manager. Yeah, I mean, Brentford and Brighton, it's a learning curve at the end of the day, and he's really, really coming into his own with this new manager. And like I said in the group chat, I was like, I'm happy if we have McTominay starting. I'm not worried at all.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sam, give us your thoughts on McTominay as well, if you can. But the two midfielders ahead of him, Christian Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes, were the creative forces in that midfield and were absolutely pivotal to the goals we scored. Like the quick transitions, the balls he was playing in behind. That first goal, I think it was,
my word,
Eriksen, his pass absolutely kills off about 4 players straight through the middle. Pinpoint accuracy. I've been so fucking impressed with Christian Eriksen. Amazing. Honestly, he's done better than I thought. I knew he was a great player. He did really well for Brentford when he came in. Then you surround that with quality as well, and he's just been like I said, super impressive. Talk to me about them players in particular.
Yeah, shout out. We've got 25 people in the chat, so thank you everybody for watching. There's a lot of comments. I'll just rattle through as much as I can. Exhibit: Arsenal defense line sucks. When Ronaldo came in, even McTominay gave everything for the team. Can Ten Hag make good players, bad players good again? That's my question when I see McTominay improving. Yeah, Dalot improving as well. Man United ahead. Wow, what a game. Malacia, Bruno, Eriksen, Bruno, great passes. Malacia, tenacity, Bruno, hard work. If McTominay didn't do unnecessary mistakes, he could be man in the match, to be honest. Yeah. So a lot of people praise for McTominay.
Say as well, sorry, very quickly. Can you subscribe to the channel, please, and like the video? We're trying to push the next goal is 1,000 subs. So anyone who isn't subscribed to the channel, please do. It's a massive result. Positivity is reigning, and long may it continue. Go on, Sam.
Yeah, on McTominay, I thought he had a really good game. Like you said, breaking up play, just getting the ball out of his feet and getting it to who it needs, like people like Eriksen, people like Bruno on the ball. Eriksen, I think him and Martinez might be contenders for players of the season at this point. Like, he is another level of like class. His passing, his attitude, his approach to the game, everything is just fantastic. Some of the passes that he made, I was in awe of it. I was like, my
unbelievable
God, just ridiculous. Bruno seems to be stepping up his game again. He seems to be going to that level that we saw when we first brought him in. He seems to be stepping up to that thing, and I think that's because he's surrounded by great players. Absolutely. Again. He's got Eriksen there with him. We'll get on Anthony and Sancho later and Rashford, but he's got Eriksen next to him. Scott McTominay's improving, and I agree with Exhibit in the chat. The fact that Erik Ten Hag, he's got proven history of taking players who either didn't work or weren't rated very well and then boosting them up, like Sebastian Haller. Yeah. So why can't he do it? Tadic, why can't he do it with someone like Scott McTominay? I thought it'd be someone like Luke Shaw, but he's just not got back in the team, has he, since Malacia's took over? So yeah, why can't he do it with McTominay? I'm happy to be proved wrong on McTominay. I thought he was done after that Brighton game. It's like, he's done. Like, he needs to go. It's fucking over. But he's improved and he's played well, and I like it. If he can sort of iron out those bits of the game that Severe was talking about with the unnecessary stuff, he could be a really good midfielder for us. He could be fantastic. But we just lost Severe there. Let me just switch this.
I was just about to say that anyone who can see that has crashed on his face, that's severe looking at Ten Hag. Just an absolute awe.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah. Sorry, can I go? Yeah.
Yeah, you go. I'm just sorting the camera out. So apologies for anybody who's looking at this. I'm just trying to sort this camera out.
Technical issues, as always.
You
Debut today.
Oh, there we go. Your mic went for a little bit. Your mic went for a little bit, but it's all right now.
Yeah, the attack line, Anthony obviously making his debut today, getting his goal as well, which was massive. Like, you could see how much it meant to him. His celebration, his fucking shrugging his shirt, kissing the badge, everything. He's absolutely buzzing with it. Took his goal really well. Rashford set him up well. Just the absolute composure. Just didn't look like it affected him at all. Obviously, couldn't play a full game. It seemed like Ten Hag was eager to get him off after 45 minutes, whatever it was. Marcus Rashford scoring 2 goals, getting an assist. I thought at the first 30 minutes, I was like, he's doing good things again. He was having a bit of a similar game to Leicester, doing good things, but then other things. And then he slowly grew into the game, I thought. A lot of people were calling him for it to come off in the comment section, I think, including yourself, Sam.
Yeah.
But then the transitional moments, he can be so deadly in when we can play in the counter and in behind. Like, you can see why Ten Hag wants to try use him and wants to try make him better. Because 2 goals and an assist, it's hard to argue with.
But it's when he's playing on instinct, he's unplayable. Like, when he's got that instinct and he's just balls in front of him and all he's got is the goal in front of him, he's on instinct and he's fantastic. It's when he's got too much time, when he's like running out defender, or he's got too much time on the ball, he just doesn't come together for some reason. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem to happen. But if you put a ball over the top or a ball through and it's on instinct, he's him and a goalie. He's putting it in the net half the time. Yeah. He's fantastic at it, but again, he's so frustrating. Like, if he could just figure out to just focus on that part of his game, keep on the line on the sort of offside trap, keep on it, and look for these balls that are coming through, and get on the end of him, he'll score 15, 20 goals. He'll score that goals, but it's when he runs into defenders and he makes too many decisions in his head and then chooses the wrong one. That's when he becomes an issue for me.
I think Eriksen really helps with that as well, because the only last season, the only like kind of creativity we had was from Bruno. If Bruno had a bad game, it was just completely cut off. Now we've got Eriksen from deep, or when he's pushing up, making deep runs and stuff. He's supply, and obviously that's where the first goal came from when he played that killer pass through the midfield. Sancho was a little bit underwhelming. I don't know what your thoughts are on this. I thought he looked extremely unfit as well. When it started to get to like the 60th, 70th minute, he looked like he was slowing down quite a lot. I don't know if that's just me or if anyone else would agree with that. Let me know again in the comment section. But what were your thoughts on Jadon Sancho?
Yeah, he was quiet, wasn't he? He wasn't didn't seem sort of fully up to it. There's a couple of little moments and stuff, but like he seems to about 60 minutes, he just seems to die. Like, he just seems to die off and doesn't seem to be fully on it. I don't know if, like you said, he's not fit or the illness that he was suffering. He's still, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what it is, but it might be wise to sort of... Somebody's cheering. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's United fans walking past my flat. That's what. Yeah. I think we could maybe sort of give him a rest for a bit. Anthony we've got now. We could play Rashford on the left with Ronaldo up top. Maybe we could give Sancho a bit of a rest. Just give him a bit of sort of time, because he looks. I thought Eriksen looked knackered against Leicester about 70 minutes, but he's come this game and he looks fresh as a fucking daisy.
Fresh.
Just looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
So maybe he needs a rest. Maybe he needs a little bit of rotation. But yeah, I believe in him to come good. I think he'll come good this season. But at the minute he's a bit quiet. He's a bit sort of not quite with it. But I'm sure he'll be all right.
I think the thing is with Jadon, he is a system player, so he needs people overlapping, underlapping. He needs pieces being moved about for him so he can work his magic. I think the fact that Malacia had to deal with Saka so much and the threat on that left-hand side, he couldn't bomb us forward as much. So maybe Jadon was a little bit isolated in that sense, and that's why I didn't have as good a game. But it's definitely something he needs looking at. But I do think he'll come good. Definitely. Oh, shit. Just keep me lying. Cristiano Ronaldo, Sam, when he came on, 2 questions for you. What did you think of his performance when he came on? And what do we do with Ronaldo now?
I think that's his role for the next couple of weeks. I think while he gets integrated into the team and whatever system Ten Hag's trying to play, I think he's going to be a bit part player. He's going to come on 30 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go, and sort of give us a focal point to attack to, and maybe get a goal if we need one, or like increase the lead and stuff. I think that's going to be his position for the next couple of weeks. Obviously, he had 0 preseason, aside from that one game at Rayo Vallecano. So he's not had the preseason all the other lads I have. So maybe he's going to sort of say he definitely helped us, I think, in the later on the game to have that focal point. We seem to have more potency in the counter attacks after he came on, and I think that helps us. But if he can get fit and get into Ten Hag's system, which I think that's what Ten Hag is trying to get him to do, I think that's why Casemiro's not starting, because I don't think Casemiro's quite there in the system in the way that Ten Hag wants to play. I think Ronaldo's in the same boat, and he's trying to get him up to speed. So maybe that's going to come with time, and then maybe you'll see Ronaldo start more games as he gets integrated, as he gets fit, and it builds up. Also depends on Martial's fitness, like how long he's going to be out, if he's going to be ready. So
it's very interesting because, like I said before the game, everyone's talking about Casemiro. Why is Casemiro not starting? Why is not? I thought when he came on, Casemiro, it was certain bits where he lost the ball.
Some touches, weren't there?
Like,
there's some bad sort of moments.
Yeah, I was just like, whoa. So maybe Ten Hag's looked at him and thought, he's a really, really good player. He's definitely going to be a focal point in that midfield at some point, but he needs to get up to speed with the Premier League. Also, I think it's a similar thing with Ronaldo, where it's like, can't play for a full 90 minutes in this pressing system I want to kind of implement, but he can have a really massive effect in big games coming on as a sub. Maybe that's how we will use him, but I don't think Ronaldo will be happy with that. You could see towards the end when Bruno Fernandes got it on the right-hand side and he was open for the goal and it went wide, he was livid. Like, you could tell he's absolutely dying for a goal. But look, if we keep winning, no one can complain, can they? No. Like, the manager's making the right decisions.
He also had that cross. I remember they played it out left to Ronaldo, and he put a cross, and he was like, I can't remember who was coming in at the back post, and he just sort of scuffed the cross, and he just wasn't quite there, which was a bit frustrating. There was a moment as well, I think, was it a corner? Ronaldo got his head on it, and that could have been the goal to happen. But I don't think he's quite there yet. I think he's still trying to get work his way into the system, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. It certainly seems like he's at least being more of a team player now and buying into the philosophy. You could see during pre-season.
Has to, doesn't he? Because he can't go anywhere. Yeah. Like, what are you going to do? Do you want to sit in the reserves, or do you want to get it? That's your choice.
But he did look good, but he did link up, play really well, I thought, when he came on. So, look, it's quality all over, and that's exactly what Manchester United need right now. Options. Exactly. Let's do the ratings then. Let's start off with David De Gea in net. Made a good few saves. Obviously didn't keep a clean sheet, but that wasn't really down to him. That was down to Varane making a mistake and then them kind of capitalising on it. I'd give him a 7. I thought the saves he made were really good.
Yeah, no, I think he did well. He wasn't really massively tested at any point, but I thought he did decent. I'd agree with a 7.
Yeah. Diego Dallo, again, a bit of a weird one, because I thought Martinelli was having a better room in the first half, but then the second half he seemed to come on a little bit stronger, which shows his mental kind of fortitude. I'd probably, it's hard to rate. I'd probably give him a 7 again. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of comments. Let me just sort of rattle through these.
Yeah, blitz through him.
Let's have a look. Ugly Bear, Marcus Rashford needed that. Fingers crossed to start something. Yeah, I agree. Casemiro needs to adapt faster if he don't want to lose his position. I mean, he's not had his position yet. That's why he's not started. McFred always had passion, desire, but lacked the ability, and no one was there before to develop their ability. It seems like we have one who could develop the players. Yeah. Shout out to Abdi Ogdon. He was just put one of these in there. Exhibit, Ronaldo impacts a lot. Arsenal defence focused on him, made holes in defence lines. Sadly, not many good passes for him, like the last pass from Bruno. Yeah, I can see that. Exhibit, especially third goal. 3 players press Ronaldo. Bruno gets the ball, gives it to Eriksen. No defence back there. Sadly, he didn't get too many good passes. Felix, Ronaldo changed the whole game. Adams in the chat, absolutely over the fucking moon. Ugly Bear, 5 subs worked in our favour. Jelani Brown, we play well. Adam, do you remember the moon from our Instagram lives at the start of this journey? I don't remember that. Was that before me?
The moon?
Yeah, something. I don't know.
I don't know what you're referring to be honest.
The weary moon. Oh, yeah. I remember it now.
Bloody hell,
I remember that now.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, if you aren't subscribed to Real Red Talk, please do. We've got content every single day. and we go live if and when stuff happens. When obviously transfer window's shut now, but we've got a lot of content during the week. Make sure you hit us up on socials as well. Just type in Real Reds Talk. All the handles are there at the bottom. So yeah, thank you for the support of the channel.
Every little bit counts. We've got 25 people in the chat, so thank you for everything. Dallo, 6.5, I'd say, just because I think he got out sort of worked in the first half. Obviously, I think his attitude to come back and sort of claim it back in the second half was really good and shows the fight and the grit I think that Ten Hag wants in his players. So yeah, 6.5 for me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, to be fair. I was going to, but then I thought I don't want to be too thingy, but yeah, it's about right. We'll do Lisandro and Varane as a partnership because I don't think any of them overperformed each other, but I don't think any of them underperformed. Obviously, Varane had the mistake for their goal, but apart from that, was solid and leading the line again. Lisandro doing Lisandro things, set the tempo straight away with Gabriel Jesus, which I just fucking love. He was just mullered him, didn't it? Within 1 minute, he was just like smack. I could put him on the floor and was like, "This is the type of game you're gonna have, mate. It's me versus you," and I absolutely love that. So I give them both a 7.
I said that to my girlfriend. I was just like, I'll give it about 30 seconds before Martinez hits him. It's gonna happen, and literally within a minute. Just by the way, Christian Eriksen is doing an interview in Sliders. Respect it, mate. Love it.
Oh, mate.
Love it.
He's just so silky, isn't it? He's so smooth.
He's doing an interview on Sky Sports in Sliders. Love it.
What a guy.
Yeah, I think it's 7. Really solid. Obviously, Varane with a mistake, but I think they've played so well and stuff like that. A mistake was bound to happen, especially against this team, the quality that Arsenal have. So, yeah, 7 for me. Really solid performance. I hope Martinez's injury isn't serious. It's just a precaution or a knock, hopefully, because otherwise it's going to be Maguire and Varane, and that could not end well. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, Levan and Silk and Steel 2.0 put in another rock solid performance. So congrats to you two lads, and long may it continue. Left back Malacia, I thought had a really difficult game. We kept targeting him on the right hand side. Saka was, he was doing numbers on him. If we're being completely honest, I don't want to give anyone under a 6. It was a really good performance, but if he was sort of the worst player of the match for United, I would have said Malacia. I think he struggled quite a lot. I'll just give him a 6.
Yeah, I think he was in a similar position to Dallo. He had a tough sort of first 60, 65 minutes. He was really on him, and he was really suffering, I think. But I think after that, he again, his work ethic and his attitude and the way he approaches games and the way he sort of keeps going and concentration levels, I think that's really plays into his favour. So even if he does have a bad game, he's always there to try and get it back. I think that's what plays in favour. So yeah, I'd go with a 6. I think not at his best, but he wasn't awful by any means.
He wasn't like absolutely awful. No. He got back into it, like you said, and that's, again, mental fortitude. So yeah, agree with that. Scott McTominay, give a 7. Thought he was pretty solid. Didn't do many things wrong. There was an odd time where he'd try to have like a burst of acceleration, and he'd get it took off him, and you're like, right, just slow down a little bit. Don't get ahead of yourself.
That's not who you are. That's not who you are, mate. Yeah, that's not who you are.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy. Right. But yeah, I thought as the game kind of developed, he was solid. So I'd give him a 7.
Yeah, no, I agree with it. I thought it's one of his best games for us in a long time. I think the last great game he had was against City before lockdown. So I think he played really, really well, and I hope that continues. I hope Ten Hag can keep getting these performances out, because if he does, Casemiro's gonna have a tough time. Especially
it's funny, isn't it? Yeah. If you would have said to United fans before the season, we're going to buy a Casemiro, Ronaldo still be in the team, but McTominay and Rashford would be starting over him, everyone would be like, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? But just shows things change in football. I also think as well with McTominay under Ole, he'd always like hop on the ball, wouldn't he? He'd look and then he'd sideways pass. That'd it done. Under Ten Hag, he's like he's in the back of his head. He's like, you get it and you play it straight away. Don't fuck about. Break the line with a pass and keep the tempo up. And that's what he's doing.
It's probably it'd be interesting to know if in the training he just gives him a timer, and it's like, if it's under 3 seconds, then you fucked it. You have to make a decision within 3 seconds and get the ball at your feet, because if not, then you're getting tackled and you're done. So he probably just runs training drills, just 3 seconds every time you get the ball, get it to someone.
That's that proactive philosophy, isn't it? Christian Eriksen, I thought probably
man of the match for me.
Contender of man of the match. I'm not going to give him man of the match, but he's definitely 1 or 2. He was absolutely brilliant today, wasn't he? It's the creativity on both feet as well. He's as good on his left foot as he is his right foot. He can just spray balls on his left like it's nothing. Like switch play, drills balls, can break the lines, can link up, nip play, triangles, like unbelievable, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, that pass. I'm gonna be after this. I'm gonna go watch that pass just a few times.
That deserved the Gary Neville
Oh.
hold, didn't it?
It was just unbelievable pass that was. I can't believe it. And then he was doing it all game. There was passes during the game. I was just going, oh my god, like the stuff he's doing, unbelievable. He is that the new sort of Wab Matter, isn't he? Like he's so good on the ball. He's that good on the ball, and his attitude is fantastic. He seems like a stand-up guy as well. Seems like he's working for the team. Like he looked absolutely knackered against Leicester, and he's come and done another 90 minutes again.
Yeah,
and he's working for the team. I love it. Man of the match for me by far. I think the quality he has on the ball is just unmatched.
What would you give him? Would you give him an 8, or would you give him
an 8.5?
8.5.
I thought he was that good.
You know what? I'd agree. I'll push it up to an 8.5, just purely simply the fact he's just done an interview in his sliders.
Oh yeah.
So I'll push it up to an 8.5 for that. What a legend. Bruno Fernandes, better. Much better today again pivotal in the couple of goals that we scored. Was playing great passes, getting into really good areas, knitting play with Eriksen. I think Eriksen really helps him. He takes that creative kind of responsibility off him, like they can share it, and then it's coming from both sides. And so I would give Bruno Fernandes probably 7.5, I'd say. What would you say?
Yeah, I was going to say 7, but I'm happy to go with a 7.5. I think he was really effective. Some great passing. Obviously involved in the goals as well, involved in the sort of breakup and stuff like that. The build-up. I think he's really good. Hopefully he just keeps stepping up each game. Each game he seems to get a little better and a little better. So hopefully...
Slow improvement.
Hopefully it gets City, he has like an unbelievable game and just absolutely tears him to pieces. That'd be fantastic to happen. But yeah, 7 for me as well, I think.
Yeah. Should we just give Sancho a 6? We already touched on Sancho, haven't we? It was underwhelming.
Not his best game, anyways.
Not his best game, but then again, it could have been due to the system, the way Malacia was being pinned back by Saka. So we'll leave Sancho with a 6. Marcus Rashford's my man of the match. I have to say, the first 30 minutes, like I said, he was doing bits that I thought, decent. You know, he's starting to adapt to the role a little bit more. Still bits that need refining. And then the 2 goals that he scored were just like Marcus Rashford of old. Classic. And he got an assist as well. I thought he did really well for Anthony's goal.
Yeah.
He took it, scanned, and was just like laid it off into him. And I thought that was really well. So yeah, Marcus Rashford, similar rating to Eriksen, 8.5. I thought he'd done really well.
Yeah, I thought he was really, really good. Again, for me, if Ten Hag can do something similar to what he's done to Scott McTominay and improve his game, which he seems to be doing, he seems to be slowly improve. Each game he seems to improve a little bit more. If you can get Rashford involved and get him playing like he was in the 1920 season, that front three is scary, isn't it? Like Sancho, Rashford, Martial, or Sancho, Rashford, Anthony. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's scary. So yeah, he took his goals really well. Again, when he's not got time to think and he's on instinct, he's fantastic. I think when he's got too much time to think, it's not there. But hopefully he continues to improve, because if he does, again, Ronaldo's not getting in the team. So
what's your rating for him, was it?
I'd say, what did you say, 8.5?
8.5.
I'd give him an 8, because I think Eriksen was my man of the match. But I'm not going to argue with 8.5. If somebody wanted to argue it, I'd be like, yeah. Sure.
Fair enough. Let me know in the comment section, guys, who was your man of the match? Who performed the best on the pitch for you guys? Let us know. And the final one, Anthony, the new signing, 100 mil. First debut at Old Trafford, starts, which was a big surprise to a lot of us. We thought he'd try to drip feed him in like he would with Casemiro, but boom, Ten Hag was like, nope, he's ready to start. Anthony rewarded. He's basically a father figure for him in Erik Ten Hag with a goal, and was like, there you go, that's for you. Well, what did we think of Anthony?
Yeah, great way to. I loved his aggression. Like, he was fucking up for it every single battle. He was but even like off the ball, when like he was fighting for throw-ins, he was like getting in players' faces. Like, his aggression, like you could tell he's been sent off a lot in his career, can't you?
Yeah. He's worked off the ball as well, Sam.
Yeah.
Like,
hard worker.
Yeah.
Which is like last year, like that's what you didn't see from Rashford last year. He just like off the ball, he was fucking terrible. He was awful. Yeah. Whereas Anthony's putting that work in. He's got that Ten Hag philosophy and that Ten Hag attitude. Like, you work hard no matter if you're on the ball or off the ball. And then his goal took it super well, straight into his feet, and then just outside and just placed it in the corner. Fucking loved it. And yeah, if he continues like that, he's going to be a Man United legend in no time, because he was fantastic. I loved it. And yeah, apologies to Ashley Dallow. We got into it in a little bit in the chat, but it's all love, mate. I never I didn't criticize Ante as a player. I never would criticize a player coming to Manchester United. I criticized the price tag, but if he continues like this, it's going to be worth every penny. Isn't it?
Said throw money at him. Throw money at him.
Yeah.
Again, Anthony, long may it continue, and that like we see with Arsenal's front four, because they've got youth, got great ability. That could be like ours with Rashford, Anthony, and Sancho. Sorry for and Bruno as well for the next 4 or 5 years. It could become elite, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the rating system done. Obviously, we could do subs, but it's one of them. They didn't have loads of time. Most of them did well when they came on. Don't get me wrong, they was decent. Everyone did a little bit, like Fred, Casemiro. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with that win. I can't describe to you how much I'm buzzing with it. Like it's amazing because there's a lot of pressure coming into this game. We obviously have come from the depths of hell when you look back at the first 2 games of the season, the defeat to Brentford and Brighton. And yeah, Ten Hag is absolutely working his magic. And I cannot wait for the next game now. I'm actually, as United fans, we're looking forward to game thinking, yes.
You're not looking at the weekend going, oh, they're going to fuck my weekend up. Like, this is...
Yeah. We beat Liverpool, we beat Arsenal. So, you know what I mean? Who's next? Palace, I think,
Palace
on
next.
Sunday?
Yeah, Palace on Sunday.
So, bring it on, mate. Bring it on. Thank you to everybody watching.
Just before we go, a couple of comments, and then we'll go. Lewis Jackson, Arteta, the plastic fraud.
I said it looks like a Siamese cat.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the Lego hair, doesn't he? No, you put the hair on the Lego man.
Strange looking dude.
Brucey Justin, Ten Hag was lucky. Lucky? What are you talking about? Lucky.
It's an Arsenal fan.
It's an Arsenal fan. Right,
definitely.
100%. Does Eric Ten Hag get manager in a month? I mean, he bloody shouldn't he? He's done fucking well.
For what he's done.
Yeah.
For what he's done, yeah. Get your popcorn out tonight for AFTV. I can't wait.
I can't wait. I fucking Arteta out all day, innit? That's what it's going to be. Can't wait for that shite.
I'm going to be popcorn out of Corona, and I'm just going to kick back and have a massive smile on my face. So thank you to everyone watching and tuning in. Everyone who joined us for the watch along as well. We'll be back tomorrow with the Instagram live, and we'll have the content schedule out so you know what is going to be on the channel for the rest of the week. Check out all our socials. The handles are at the bottom there. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thank you for joining me, Sam. 3-1 Arsenal, up the fucking Reds.
See you later.
Wow.